Good evening. Good evening. It's me, Jay Boogie, coming to you late in your face with shit that should be very, very fucking obvious. So, to start all off, a lot of shit doesn't make sense to me. A lot of shit doesn't make sense to other people either. But they blatantly turn a blind eye and say, well, that's okay, it's okay, we're conditioned, and just gonna look the other way, and as long as it doesn't happen to me, I'm just gonna let it ride. It's okay, everybody else can get fucked, but I'm gonna continue to vote because that's my right. That's how I play a role. I have rights. I'm free just as long as I do that. That's not the reason I came on here to talk at all. I came on here to talk because, like anything else, it's probably something I've seen a lot of more recent. Not that I don't see a lot of it all the time, but I'm on social media and I watch conversations. And the thing that is most frequent and abundant that I think should be obvious to everybody is something I want to talk about. Anyway, so the mindset of your average voter will say to you that the reason they vote is because all of humanity cannot be trusted by themselves. There has to be somebody in charge. There has to be a small group of people that's going to dictate what's right for everybody to do, and as long as they're in charge, everybody's free. But are they really? Are they really free? Because the most ignorant part of this whole concept is that they are choosing the worst people in all of humanity to go up there and rule. I mean, the most corrupt, evil pieces of shit. Bile, absolute fucking megalomaniacs to figure out how we're all supposed to live. Okay, fuck. Somebody tell me how that shit makes sense in itself. How the fuck... To start off this whole conversation, does that make any fucking sense? Even the voters can't tell you how it makes sense. Because it doesn't. It's fucking stupid. That is pure indoctrination. If I wouldn't say so myself. And everybody else can. Because regardless of how stupid that is, they're going to do it anyway. So, now you have these megalomaniacs up there. 1 second. Now you have those megalomaniacs up there. And I told you before, they're the worst of the worst, right? These people have been fucking everybody over anyway. We'll just go with Obama. Let's go with Trump. He's the most recent. And you can talk about any one of them that you want. The Bushes, Obama, the fucking Clinton. All absolute pieces of shit. But for you New Yorkers here and you people from New Jersey, we got Trump. We got Trump. He's no worse and he's no better. They all fucking blow, but this guy takes the cake, right? He's known for ripping people off. He's an absolute fucking con artist. Nothing that he has did he do by himself. Can't tell me otherwise. Atlantic City, people. He fucking went bankrupt to not pay anybody. He's robbed banks. He's a piece of shit. Now, the voters want this guy to figure out life out for them. And they're always voting for somebody just like this, but this guy right here, boy. He blatantly has fucked people over. I mean, absolute, no secrecy whatsoever, con artist. Anyway, so you got that fucker up. This is how people vote. And I'm not going against Trump. I'm just using him as as an excuse because his actions are the most obvious. I mean, you can look it up just like that. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of research to figure this guy out. But they vote for people just like this. All of them. Obama, he's a fucking grimy piece of shit. He just picked up where Bush left off, taking all our privacies away. Now you can't even take a piss without, some kind of fucking fly drone they probably got staring through your window. I know you probably say a tin hat, but it's not far-fetched. They got shit like that. Anyway, so let's talk about what I want to talk about. Let's talk about your law enforcement. All right? So, just recently I picked up this post, and this is just one of many, where somebody gets 5 years in prison for selling pot, and an enforcer for the state gets 30 days. Nobody sees anything wrong with that. Nobody sees anything wrong with that at all. You got a guy selling a plant, a voluntary exchange. Nobody disagreed about this exchange on either end. Going to prison for 5 fucking years. And this guy took a life. He's got 30 days. Relocate him. Get another job, another precinct. Are you starting to pick up where I'm coming with this? I mean, different laws for different people. So you got these blanket laws that are supposed to be there to protect us, right? That's what they tell you. That's why you vote, if you do vote or whatever the fuck, so that we could all live well. Everybody knows about the most recent one, right? Cop walks into another guy's apartment. Yes, he was black. She walks into his apartment that he owns. Was she on drugs or drunk? They never really said. They're not going to tell you the truth anyway. And then she shoots his ass. I mean, if that were anybody else other than an enforcer, what would happen? Obvious enough, you don't hear much about that anymore, right? If it wasn't an enforcer, what would happen? This shit isn't just like a coincidence. It doesn't happen on accident every once in a while. It just happens all the time. Now, you're telling me that with government, the state, and these enforcers, without them, everything would be chaos. You mean to tell me that this shit ain't chaos right here? All I'm saying is, holy shit, dude. How can you honestly at all consider yourself to have any sort of intelligence thinking that this is a good way to live? Can you, honestly? To yourself, believe yourself. If you have any inkling that this is bullshit, and you will hear some of the staters say, yeah, I know, it's bad. Now, if you have those people that will blatantly tell you that this is not perfect, also say that it's better than not having it, how do you feel about somebody like that? The other thing that really gets me, these PBA cards. These PBA cards, right? So you got an enforcer who's giving PBA cards to his family members so they can do shit that other people can't do and get away with it. What happened to the fucking laws? What happened to the laws? It's like they're not set in stone. They're kind of just written there in shoe polish. They can be changed, moved around, anything they want to work for their benefit. But if you're not in the club, and let's just get this straight, guys, nobody's in this fucking club. You and I are not in the big fucking club. We're not. Their rules don't apply to them, but they kind of apply to you. You gotta just kind of think about that for a second and say, what the fuck? That shit just doesn't make any sense. But they vote for this. This is as good as we could do. I've done everything we could do. We brag about how far we've come and all the cool shit that we got. Real fancy cars, fucking drones that can fly around with goddamn cameras and all kinds of hooky doos and fucking fiber optics and God knows pictures from space fucking 3,000 years away and all kinds of crazy shit. And this is the best way that we could figure out to live, guys. Seriously. What the fuck? Even worse than that, these rules, we're all equal, right? I mean, that's what is said to us. That's what's told. We're just using this system. It's all equal, right? The laws apply to everybody. But if you got a PBA card, they don't. If you're an enforcer, they don't. There's not a problem with that. Nobody sees a fucking problem with that. I do. I think it's stupid as fuck. I try and tell people all the time, stupid as fuck. But those people that, caught up with the illusion of fucking government and state and authority and all other shit, and the fear that if we didn't have that shit, wow, we'd basically just all be on bath salt all the time, chewing on each other's fucking face. It'd be fucking nuts, absolute goddamn chaos if we didn't have this. Cops are killing people daily. Government wiping out whole entire fucking villages and killing people and fucking raping them and overthrowing this guy, and they're worried about what would happen if we didn't have it. What the fuck? And the other one, I've been thinking about this shit, like, all day. I just had to come on here before I made my juice and went to bed. I just had to. I couldn't contain myself. It just absolutely fucking blows my mind to walk around the fucking brain-dead motherfuckers and just listen to them talk about the news and praise this shit, and, my cousin's a cop, and the military's going to fight for your freedom, and I'm just like, fight for my freedom? What the fuck did those guys on the other side of the globe ever do to threaten my freedom? I do know what's over them for them to gain for the elitists, though. People aren't looking at it like that. And it really is annoying. It's fucking annoying. It's annoying to me. Yeah. Annoying. Absolutely fucking annoying. And here's the last thing, right? If these fucking laws apply to us all, and I don't care, okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there because it's on the news and you gotta know it's true, right? I like to talk about the recent shit so that we don't have to dig into the past and, well, that's not exactly true, that's not what happened. Okay, so we do know that your president, not mine, not my fucking president. Remember, this is a religion that I just can't opt out of. I never signed up for this shit. I never said that these laws were okay. Just born here. And now, I'm not going to go to another fucking country. So you status can save that shit. This ain't your fucking land. Never was. It's not owned by anybody. That's what they want you to believe. Not true. But you'll probably continue to believe that. So, I'm going to sit right here, and since you want to oppress my shit, I'm just going to blatantly speak out loud and say, fuck it, because that's what I'm going to do. I didn't sign up for this fucking shit. This is a religion that you can't actually opt out of. It's a goddamn occult. I'll talk about that some other time, but for you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. It's hidden information, and that's the reason they're so stupid. But to go to the last one, I don't watch any TV, but I did see that Cohen is coming out live and saying that, and it's not like this matters because I'm not into government at all. There is a point to this. Saying that he paid off, the polls or whatever for Trump. Now, Trump said that he could pardon himself. So let's say he is found guilty beyond a shadow of doubt, and he could just pardon himself. What happened to those laws? You see what I'm saying? These laws, they just work when somebody wants them to work, and then they don't work when they don't want them to work. You know, they only for certain situations for certain people, but not for everybody. Doesn't apply to everybody. And it's not like that they're ever correct. It's just what they want to make up for the time being, like prohibition. One day it's okay, one day it's horrible, it's bad, and then the next day it's okay. We all know that was just about profit, but we're going to say that these guys are going to continue to make our laws for us, and that's the best way to do it. They've got marijuana. Remember the commercials that they were making back in the day? Look some of them up. Fucking hilarious. Look some of them up. Hilarious. All of a sudden, it's okay now. Do you get what I'm saying? Laws apply sometimes for some people. Laws, they're not necessary other times for people. And then, yeah, maybe the law wasn't illegal. We're going to make it legal now. But we're going to forget about all the people we fucked up in the process of learning that. Just some food for thought. This is just Jay Boogie right here. Coming at your face to state the obvious.